Hi everyone, welcome to the replay. If you're watching on the replay, we'll kick off in a couple of minutes for the registered users. That's about 3 minutes time, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm Nathan from Rapid Startups, running a meetup down here in Perth, helping people start their businesses, small businesses, getting us up and running in less than 7 days. We have a big session and I'm feeling very exhausted. I had a hackathon on the weekend. We were trying to help one of the large oil and gas companies here in Perth solve some of their big issues. If you're not familiar with what a hackathon is, it involves a lot of coffee, not a lot of sleep, lots of coding, and pitching. So it was pretty intense. We didn't win, unfortunately. I just wrote up about it on LinkedIn today, posted that out. I'm feeling it, definitely feeling it, but excited for this session because there's a lot to cover. I'm going to race through what we covered last week, but I can't wait to tell you about my first week on Amazon as a seller on Amazon. It's fantastic, very exciting, big stuff coming. So we'll get into all of that and a couple other things as well I want to share with you for this session in a couple of minutes. We see all those guys coming in. So just let me get rid of that off the screen. Sorry about that. Don't need to know that. You already know that. For the replay viewers, you won't be able to chat live on this. There is a backup chat on the site. So rapidexecutive.com/workshop is where you'll find all the information about this session. Any links or information that I shared, any tools, you'll find them on that page. You'll also see the replay on that page as well. You can watch it there. You can watch it on YouTube, on our channel on YouTube or whatever. The live chat sessions only open during the webinar. I'll leave it open for about an hour afterwards for Q&A. Then I have to close it down because we get attacked by spam bots. So that's no fun for everybody. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock. We'll kick off with the formal session. Hi everyone, I'm Nathan, Rapid Startups. I'm helping everyone start their small businesses. We meet weekly now online. Originally, sorry about that. We seem to have been booted off the internet. Just kick us back in there. All right, let's continue. So, as I was saying, we run a meetup down here in Perth, an in-person meetup. This is our online version of the same thing. We do some bonus sessions in here as well. We meet on about a fortnightly basis and we run through, I guess, the ways and means of going from no idea to validation of an idea, building a prototype and launching. The framework we follow is a 7-day startup from Dan Norris, fellow Aussie who has written a book, has a Facebook group and is currently doing live sessions of his 7-day startup, which actually started today. It's day one, which is one of the things I wanted to get into today. So looking forward to telling you all about that as well, and where you can find out more information about that. It's a free event. It's fantastic. You should definitely get on board. This session is about Amazon. This is a bonus session. So this one, I currently have launched a Amazon business where I'm doing Amazon fulfillment by Amazon. I'll get into exactly what that means in a little while. It's been a launch. It's been a process. It's been a couple of months in the making, but it's happening because we're getting sales. It's awesome. So I'll tell you all about that in a minute. I want to tell you a little bit about the session from last week. Just recap that quickly. I'll get through that. I'll get into the Amazon stuff. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I am absolutely exhausted and extremely happy with the outcomes from the weekend. We did a hackathon down here in Perth. We're helping Woodside, which is an oil and gas company, solve some of their biggest issues. It was great fun meeting a whole bunch of people, getting a prototype up and running in 54 hours with zero team, and it was just excellent. It was so much fun. Awesome meeting new people, and we ended up doing 2 submissions because we finished the first one early. Anyway, I'll get into that a little bit later. All right, so I'll jump over with a presentation. I'll take you through a quick roundup of last week's session, which was on marketing. How can you market in 2016, your business? We'll get into a recap of my journey with Amazon FBA so far, and I'll share all my numbers, everything, total behind the kimono on that one. And we'll get into a few of the bonuses I want to show you as well. So plenty to get through. So let's get into it. Just going to share the screen over so you can see the presentation. So apologies while that flips over. Okay, so as I said, this is the Rapid Startup Meetup. We meet online weekly and in person every fortnight. For the online session, obviously we can get people from all over the globe, which is great fun. I'm getting some emails from all sorts of random people at the moment, which is great. So keep them coming in. Great to hear from where you are and where you're at with your business. Definitely one of my favorite quotes. The co-founder of Reddit, first version of anything is janky. Definitely is when you're starting out. So just a quick recap of last week. We talked about marketing in 2016. Obviously, the key to any business is a great product, but you can't really get a great product in front of people without marketing. By the same token, great marketing can't really polish a you know what. So always start with your why. We say that every week, but content, so important when it comes to marketing. We quickly looked at the strategy and the fact that you need one, and a couple of tools around social that you could go through. So as we say every week, always start with your why. Eventually everything will end up becoming a job. Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. So where do I get content ideas from? We walk through buzzsumo.com, which is a fantastic free tool, or a freemium tool is probably a better word for it. You will get a fair few search results for free, but after a little while, they'll start saying, no, you need to pay for any more. You can go back the next day and keep going again. So you can search for ideas around your content. So you see the first search data there, they're searching big data there. I'll give you some content ideas of stuff that's actually resonating with people. Effectively, what this does is give you social share counts on articles around the web. So that's the number one shared article on big data. Data is the next big thing in content marketing. There you go. If you were into big data, you would think that title is already proven. It works. People clicking on it because it works. And the content that's in it must work as well. People like it. They're sharing it around with their friends. So another way you can search on here is to put in your own, or if you have some content already, or even your competitors or people in your space who have content that you want to try and capture people who are in that similar market. You can type in their URL, so their web address, www.yourcompetition.com, and it will actually give you the best rating content from those websites. Next thing was to make sure you've got a strategy. So the strategy of who are you marketing to? So not only is it important to have a target customer, but as you get into business, and as we said before about knowing your why, it's also important to have your best customer. So some people are notoriously difficult to deal with, and some are an absolute dream. So working with your dream customer is going to make your life a lot easier as well. The next was where. So go where the fish are. Where do they hang out? Are they in forums, Facebook, blogs? Who has them already? If there is influencers. So there's ways to get in front of other people's crowds, I guess. And then what are you actually getting in front of them? So what are their pain points? What are they struggling with right now? You can ask them and make sure you listen. You can do that in the blogs, the forums and stuff as well. So get in there and actually start talking to your target customer. And how would you, how do they describe the content? So when you want to connect with somebody, especially around their pain points, you need to find out what the actual language they're using. So you need to be able to offer a solution that solves the problem in the words that they've used rather than the way you think it should be worded. For social media, as far as marketing goes, there's the question I'm always asked is, do I need to be everywhere? Do I need a Twitter profile and a Facebook profile and a, insert here? I guess it really depends on where your market, who your market is and where they're spending their time. So you want to get in front of them. If they're younger and they're spending all the time on Snapchat, running Facebook ads is probably not going to help you. So I guess what we did here was go through what's hot right now. So Snapchat is something, as I just mentioned, is something that has a lot of attention at the moment. It does skew younger, but it is the biggest trending app in 2016 already. Facebook Live has an unfair advantage in the fact that its live video has just sort of come out of the gate and it's available to everybody. You can do it in groups. It's really an unfair advantage of Facebook because they've already got the crowd, as opposed to things like Periscope, Meerkat, and things like that who are off platform. Obviously, Facebook can control the traffic if it's on their own platform. And then the final one there being Instagram. There has been some new changes to Instagram and the whole changing it to an algorithm and not showing everyone's content, things like that. You would have seen if you use Instagram, the little arrows pointing up to turn notifications on and things like that. It's still the winner as far as attention goes, regardless of the changes that are coming. I think it's good for the platform. So again, going where your fish are. If they're not on any of those, then you probably need something else. All right, getting into this session. This session, I wanted to share with you my journey so far and all the numbers on my first week being live with 2 products on Amazon. So let's get into it. Amazon FBA. What does that actually mean? Well, it means fulfillment by Amazon FBA. Fulfillment being Amazon will actually take your products and pretty much do all of the fulfillment part for you. It'll actually do a lot more than just the fulfillment, but that's what they've called it. And what I mean by that is, for me, it's no more packing orders till midnight, which is my least favorite part of the business. So let's break it down. Effectively, you would take a product, either something you already sell, which I guess is my little cheat. I'm already selling things. I have an e-commerce store. So you could effectively find a product anywhere. So you'll take your product, you'll send it to Amazon's warehouses. Amazon will store and distribute it to other warehouses if they need to. The customers will go and buy from Amazon. So they're the ones that have the web platform, the e-commerce, they're doing all of that part of it as well. So it's not just fulfillment. They're able to take the orders, they're able to get the traffic, the eyes are there and things like that. So customers find and purchase on Amazon. Amazon collect the money. They do all of the taxation stuff as well. They'll let you know, but they do all of that sort of stuff as well. Coupons and all that sort of stuff. They do everything on there. Amazon will then pick, pack, and ship to your customer. So up to this point, the only involvement from you has been you sending some product in a big box over to Amazon. One of the other added bonuses is customer service. Amazon will actually handle the frontline customer service. So they do refunds and returns. If a customer has a problem with an order, they contact Amazon. Obviously, you'll pay for that return and you'll pay for the refund, and the product gets shipped back to you as not fulfillable and things like that. But that's a big pain in the butt part of customer service that's handled for you as well, which isn't really part of fulfillment, but it's certainly a bonus. So as you can see, as I said, you don't have a lot to do in that process. Currently, I have an e-commerce store and I'm doing everything on that page. So definitely a great model. So, okay, but why would we go to Amazon? It's someone else's playground, but it's a big one. So as I mentioned before, in marketing, go where the fish are. There are 300 million credit cards on file. Last count, that's a stat I found somewhere, with Amazon at the moment. That's crazy. So there's zero friction of people buying. Their credit card's already installed. They want something, they click buy. If they're logged in, it's paid for, it's done, sent to their address that they used last time. The other added bonus with Amazon is this is an amazingly big audience that are coming here as searchers to buy. This is very different to Google. When you go to Google and you're looking for shoes, you could be, that's probably a bad example. If you're looking for pots and pans, you might be looking for a recipe to cook something, or how to cook something, information about steel or something like that. Whereas if you go to Amazon, you pretty much guarantee that if you're searching for something, you're actually going to buy it. So the searches that are on Amazon are actual buyers. The customers, the traffic that's there is there to buy. So that's an added bonus of Amazon. So what could you sell? So people buy lots. lots of random stuff. I wanted to grab something pretty standard for you to show you an example of the kinds of numbers that go through Amazon on a daily basis, monthly basis. So something that I stumbled across recently, and I'll get into a bit more detail on this, was things in the stainless steel niche. It means that they don't have batteries, they don't have moving parts. It's a really tough product to really, if it's stainless steel, it's obviously easy. If it's not too big, then it's not too heavy either. So just to give you an idea, this is a search term, the search term of stainless steel, the top 15 results. Now, I'm using a tool called Jungle Scout Pro, which is a fantastic little Google Chrome extension. Costs around $70 or something, but it's so worth it. Saved me hours and hours, days and days worth of time. But the coolest part of this is, as you can see on the right-hand side there, it's actually giving you an estimated sales and estimated revenue, and that's a month. So the top 15 products under that keyword on Amazon are actually selling $600,000, that's US dollars, a month worth of product. Now the tool, obviously Amazon don't share their exact sales figures, but they do share what's called the Amazon bestseller rank. So each of these products has a bestseller rank for its category. So in the stainless steel, or this is called, stainless steel materials, if you have a look on the left-hand side there, it's got the categories that these sort of products actually fit in. So each of these categories having their own bestseller rank. What this tool has done in amongst a bunch of other things and things stored in its database and algorithms and things like that, is it's looked at the bestseller rank, and it's looked at and calculated sales per day on items. Now, the way to do that is you have a amount you can purchase on the sort of amount of units you can buy on each of the listings. If you type in 999 and they don't have 999, then it will say, sorry, you can only buy 500. And if you went back the next day and typed in 999, it said, sorry, you can only buy 400, then they're selling 100 a day. That's a very arbitrary kind of number, so you can take these with a pinch of salt, but they're going to be, in and around 10 to 20% accurate, as in a bit of a variance there. But even if it's 20% less than that, it's still an extremely high number. It could be 20% more. So just to give you an idea, there are a lot of things that sell on Amazon. This is a very tiny keyword, a very small niche, and it's only the top 15 products. I think there you go, 16 pages of results in there as well. So you can sell pretty much anything on Amazon. So how do you find your product? So when I was searching around for the coffee niche, I'm going to get into my products and things like that shortly, but when I was searching around the coffee niche, one of these products came up. It's called the stainless steel bag clip. So just down on the right-hand side there, you'll see three. So there's a name star, Nor Pro, and a big stainless steel bag clips, airtight, blah, blah, blah. So they're selling 6 bag clips for $19.95. I didn't think much of this until I clicked my little Jungle Scout button, just because it came up on my listing when I was searching around for a product. So you'll see that third listing, the 6 clips, is by a company called Pro Chef Kitchen Tools. They're selling for $19.95. They're in the kitchen and dining niche. The bestseller rank is their estimated sales per month is $531 at $10,500 estimated revenue a month, which is crazy for some stainless steel clips. You'll also see the last column there, it's FBA. So this is an FBA seller, effectively like itself. What you can also use is a free tool called camel.com. If you're analyzing a product already selling, you can see that that bag clips we're talking about before. I can right click on that and grab the URL, chuck that into camel.com, and it will tell me when it went live, which was November 2014, which when I did this was a month ago. So that hasn't been that long, like 4.5 months. This product has been live and they're already doing 10 grand a month, almost passive income. And you'll see the price, it came live at $25, went straight down to 10, for a month, which is probably them doing a promotion to get themselves live, back up to about 16, probably another promotion to keep themselves up there in the peak period, and then they've slowly, gradually started to increase the price again. This is all freely available, and that's actually real. They've been gathering this information across Amazon for the whole of time. So it's a great tool. So where do you source these products? So if we jump over to something like Alibaba, there's also globalsources.com. There's a few places now that will collect manufacturers together. I type in the same keyword. Sometimes you would hunt around a little bit to find them, but funnily enough, if I type in the exact same keyword, stainless steel bag lip, I get something that looks very similar. I'm going to pull my mouse over to show you. That image looks very similar to that image. I wonder if they've used the same image. And you can see that for $1.30 each, and you can sell for $19.95. I think I'd take that bet every day. So is this company a fully fledged company? Let's take a look. So I looked up ProChef Kitchen Tools. I apologize if this is your company. I'm tearing it down a little bit, but they're definitely doing extremely well for themselves, and this is all public information. So let's take a look. So you can Google them. You can check out their social profiles and see how much has gone into what they've done. I even go a little further and get into some nerdy bits, like looking at their website, things like that. So their website is a simple Shopify. Put this together for $10 a month, and if you have a look at their theme, they've actually used the stock standard first theme that Shopify gives you, which is the cheap $160 one. And then when you jump into their actual product listings on their website and you click the button to buy it, it actually sends you to their Amazon listing. So they're not even selling things on their site. It's just a referral site back to Amazon again. So if we jump back to Amazon again, pick up Jungle Scout and look at the products that this company is selling. So their top 11 products, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all by that ProChef Kitchen Tools, all in the $19 to $27 range. They have a reasonably good rank. Add them all up and they're making $154,000 roughly a month, which is fantastic. When they obviously have nothing to do with the actual product. This product's probably getting shipped straight from China to FBA, which is amazing. So does this work? I know these numbers sound pretty phenomenal, but this was something really tiny that I just sort of randomly found. So there's plenty of them like this. This is just a really straightforward one. I could show you the whole end-to-end process with this. So does it work? Let's have a look at my first week. So something you'll come across when talking to people who sell on Amazon. The first question I ask, the first question you're probably asking is, hey, what's your product? What I can tell you is in coffee niche. I've just started and it's extremely cutthroat out there. People stealing people's products all the time, copying and pasting. It's not that hard to do. So it is important to kind of, especially in the early days, to keep your product kind of under wraps with other sellers, just because there is the potential for people to say, hey, if I beat you up there, if I choose the express shipping, I might get that up there before you do. So stay tuned. I will tell you exactly the first couple of products I'm rolling out because I kind of cheated. I'm actually already selling what I have here in Australia. So it's a test. These aren't the products I will be selling long-term, but I had them already. I had the samples already. They were good enough for me to get over there. I could get them up quickly and I knew how they worked. I knew how to sell them. I knew how to market them. And I knew that we wouldn't get a lot of refunds and things like that because they're actually really good products. We like them, but they're not long-term for me. They're not selling enough and things like that. So good enough to kick off. So I'd already done the Alibaba thing. I already knew where to get these products. So again, a little bit of a cheat, but still a bit of work. But it's not that hard. So jumping on Alibaba, this is, you don't need to read all this, but this is a comms between my supplier in China. I couldn't fit it all on, so I'll just give you the crux. The first comment was actually from me saying, hi, do you take PayPal? Can I have 100 of these units? And her response was, absolutely, PayPal here. I responded about packaging. Can you wrap them up individually? She said, normally I'd charge you for that, but I'll do it for free. I said, great. She said, thank you very much. It's so nice to work with you. And 3 days later, the product turned up at my door. So it really isn't that hard. My initial numbers and planning, I've started off, as I said, as a test. This is really small. I've got 33 units of one product. I've got 48 units of another product. The cost from the supplier, $2.10 and $1.50. There was some shipping to me. I got it in a larger box, so I actually got a little bit more than this, but I'm selling them, as I said, I'm selling some here. But the shipping to myself, 30 cents a unit. Shipping to the US, $1.20 a unit, was cheaper on the other side because I packed them together. And two of them, $3.60 and $2.80. Now, they're on Amazon listed at $19.95, and I am selling, so I'm happy to keep them at that price. Amazon fees are around about $6.35 each. So one of them is $10 profit per unit, and the other is $10.80. So pretty reasonable numbers. If I sell those out, that's a great profit. The way I'll get into this, if you've ever heard of a guy called Scott Voker, who does podcasts and periscopes and all sorts of stuff. He's all things Amazon, theamazingseller.com. He's fantastic. He's got great energy. He's just he's a fantastic guy. One of his philosophies is $10 per day profit times 10 sales per day. It's $100 a day profit. Very simple formula. But if you roll out multiple lines, you can quickly see how that could turn into a really, really lucrative business. My plan is to have 3 products in the next couple of months, but I'll get into that in a minute. So that was up to. I had my products, I had them here, I had everything costed out, I was ready to go, and then I got stuck. So getting them from myself to Amazon FBA, because I'm in Australia and that's the US. I had heard that Aussie Post have really cheap deals, but couldn't find it on the website where you could buy it. I could find the information on it, but nothing about how I can get it. I took that into 4 post offices and none of them could help me. No one knew what I was talking about. It wasn't in the system. They couldn't give me these deals. So it actually took 3 months for me to do something about this, and it just kept dragging on. I thought, this is never going to work. It's a pipe dream. I'm never going to get up there. Then I met somebody in Argentina who's doing this already, and he knocked my socks off. So this is a email from him. I reached out to him to get some assistance with something. It wasn't to get my products up, it was to structure the business, because I'm writing some standard operating procedures for this business. As I do with all my businesses, to make sure that I'm not accountable to everything and required for everything. And so I can automate these things and potentially either sell them off or get other people to run them for me. So I'd reached out to him and said, I need some help writing some standard operating procedures. You seem to be doing this already. He was in Argentina. He had reasonable rates and he seemed to know what he was doing. He asked me what my niche was. I told him my niche, and his response was, I've done some research based on your initial category you gave me, and I've come up with some impressive numbers on these 3 products, and proceeded to give me a extremely detailed, like 45 column, well laid out, fantastic rundown with every number I could ever want in Excel on 3 products that was way better research than I could have done. And he said, I'd love to work with you. And that was, I hadn't even hired the guy yet. So it was amazing. Anyway, so a week later we launched, and now a week after that, and I'm starting to get emails from Amazon saying, we have shipped the item that you sold. So we got the product up there. He did some magic in the background, and my products are selling, which is very, very exciting. Now, I apologize for these images because I've taken them at nighttime. Flux is on my phone, but I did want to show you the phone version of this because it's something you can pull out in your pocket. There's an Amazon app called Seller Central, which gives you a little bit of your dashboard from your sales on Amazon. And if you hit if you slide the screen down, it actually refreshes and tells you And when I was refreshing the other day, it went from 12 to 13. I was extremely excited because it is just like a slot machine. You can flick it and see if you make more sales, which is apparently very addictive. I've heard a few people in this Amazon FBA saying that they do it a lot. I haven't had enough sales, obviously, to do it a lot, but I was very excited for it to happen the first time I did it. So as you can see, I took this yesterday. It's Monday. It was Monday in the US yesterday, so no sales this week, but it was only Monday morning. But last week we had sales, and month to date, 13 sales. So very exciting after a week. So what's next? Briefly mentioned it before. I want to roll out 3 products in 3 months. We've got 5 products in the works and running through our procedure. We've identified 2 of the 3 that we want to run with, and they're in transit at the moment. There is a bit of work to get them obviously listed, but as I said, we've built processes, and a lot of this work can be done by this guy in my team. So if it's not successful after 3 months, I'm going to drop it, but I will be aiming for that. So that's pretty much a rundown of the Amazon business so far. It's very exciting. As you can tell, I'm very excited about this. This is going to be so awesome if this works out. It's just a fantastic model. As I said, I've run an e-commerce business for the last 2 years, and it's great, but it has some downsides. And this seems to be all upsides. It seems to have taken out all of those things that I didn't like about it. So a quick recap, and we'll get into some other things. We weren't talking about building advanced websites. Apologize that we were talking about marketing. So remember your why. Hunting products can actually be fun when looking for stuff on Amazon. I'm actually quite enjoying it, especially using a tool like Jungle Scout. It can really get your creative juices flowing when you start looking around things around the house, in the office, when you go to the shops that you could potentially private label and send in. So get your numbers right. Don't fall in love with the product, and get some help to take action. Because this will work. It does work. I proved it in a week, so very happy about that. Now, entrepreneurs are notorious for idea churn. So starting something new, I need to abandon it for another idea. So I guess I've fallen in this trap many a time myself. For those of you who have watched some of these webinars before, my word of the year for 2016 is focus. It doesn't sound like I've focused here, but I have been focusing on the systematizing all of the projects that I have going. So I run 5 businesses. Yes, that's not focus, but with systems, I don't actually need to be involved in the day-to-day running of all of them. Sorry. So as I said last week, I am offering free calls with me for these sessions, only for these sessions, for the guys in the group. So there's people that can meet me once a fortnight in person, and we chat about your business ideas. For those that can't meet in person, you can jump on a Skype call with me. Jump onto rapidexecutive.com/coaching, and it gives you access to any free spots in my calendar. So jump on those before they fill up. But wait, there's more. This week has been epic already, and today is day 1 of the live 7-day startup, which means I'm committing to doing one of these every day. It won't be as full on as this one. Be short, sharp, but I'm launching another business in 7 days as part of the 7-day startup. I urge you to join the 7-day startup. It's free. It's amazing. It's so fun this week. Dan Norris runs it. There's a whole bunch of people who have done it a few times. They're heaps of fun as well. People just love building stuff. I love building stuff. So if you don't have anything to build and you want to get some inspiration, jump in and watch. If you have an idea and you're not sure how to do it, jump in and watch people absolutely dominate. If you have an idea and you're moving it along and you're stuck at somewhere, you're stuck at naming it, you're stuck at building your website, you're stuck at marketing, you're stuck at metrics, am I going to be successful? Jump into the group. They will help you. People will help you out. People have been stuck there before. People have gone through the same thing. It's there's thousands of people in this group. It's so cool. So I urge you, it's free. Jump in. Nothing to sell here. It's got nothing to do with me either. I'm a member of the group. I don't run the group. So it's Dan Norris. He's fantastic. He's got a whole bunch of I guess celebrities that he gets in the entrepreneur space that he gets into to help out as well. So last time around he had Chris Ducker, who was fantastic. Heaps of people he has on as well. So Nathan Chan from Founder Mag he had on. He's in the group as well. I was chatting to him the other day about Instagram. He's the god of that. So if you want to follow along with me, you can follow Rapid Executive or subscribe where you are on YouTube watching this, and you'll get notification of this coming up. I am attempting to do these every day. I don't know how long they'll be for, but we will get to them. But it's very exciting. I'm launching again another, what to be 6 days now. So day one was today. So I do want to give you a quick rundown of day one. If you're not familiar with the 7-day startup formula, I've summarized each of the days. You can go onto rapidexecutive.com/day1 to see ideation and coming up with and validating your idea. So Dan Norris's checklist. Make sure your tasks or the daily tasks for the idea or project or business are enjoyable, that it has product founder fit, i.e. it's something that sits with you, that it's something that that you're good at, I guess. It's a scalable business model. This is a tricky one, especially if you're new to this kind of game. But what we're really meaning there is it's something that has the potential of getting bigger than you, something that has the potential of blowing out to something that's, thousands of people can be helped with the same amount of effort from the business itself. The example that Dan wrote the book about, 7-Day Startup on, was WP Curve. His scalable business model was the fact that he could, for every 10 customers he could handle with one WordPress expert, he would bring on another 10 customers, he'd get another WordPress expert. So it was really easy to scale out his business model and tighten up his processes. It was scalable from content marketing as well. Everything he did was scalable beyond that. So the other thing was that operates profitably without the founder. So if you're building, as I mentioned before, standard operating procedures and things like that, if you are part of the business up front, or you can build the product and have it run itself. It's automated, or it's an information product that you build once and sell many times afterwards. Potentially it's an asset you could sell. So if you have standard operating procedures, you can show that a business can run with anyone in the pilot seat. You have the potential to sell that down the line as well. If it has a large market potential, who are the target audience for this and how big is that? Is it a growing thing? Is it big enough already? Is there a way to get in front of that? Things like that. Does it tap into the pain or pleasure differentiators? So is it inherently built on entertainment? Does it solve a huge pain point? Like weight loss, for example, is one that's very common in that space, that sort of thing. So what is the unique lead generation advantage? So where can you pull customers from where they exist already? And do you have a unique way of getting those people? So you're not, hammering the same people for the same problem that they've been hammered with by 20 other businesses already. And I guess the key, the whole 7-day startup, it's in the title, the ability to launch quickly. Can you get an MVP up? Can you get a minimum viable product, something that'll work, something you can pre-launch or pre-sell even better to an audience as fast as possible? So I wrote the business archetype matrix for a few lessons back. We talked about the different types of businesses and the business subtypes that you could take along with a real world example of those if you hadn't seen those before. Talked about the bottom one there, the retailer, Amazon, FBA already. We've talked about e-commerce, which is something I'm also doing, but this one's a little bit different. So what I am relaunching next week is the bpdietplan.com. So for those of you who know me, the e-commerce store that I've been running is around the Bulletproof Diet. We sell the Bulletproof products. And I'm very much into ketogenic lifestyle, healthy lifestyles, and things like that. So, high fat diets. I think that market is very underserved, and the search trends, the general media sense around ketosis, ketogenic diets, high fat diets is just off the charts. It's definitely the way people are going. People are seeing almost immediate benefits from these, long-term benefits. So it's not a fad diet. People are able to stay on it for longer periods of time, and stick with the benefits, even go back to some of their old ways without piling the pounds back on or losing all their energy again, things like that. So the idea behind this is it's a simple meal planning service. So meal plans to help you get started on and stay with things like the ketogenic diet or the bulletproof diet. Following the bulletproof diet can be quite hard for newbies. Getting into ketosis, it's like the whole concept is very new for people as well. So we get asked all the time as part of Butter Coffee to help people. What are the bonuses of doing this? How do we do this? What products are that? Which is okay for us, but it's definitely something we're unable to serve in the current e-commerce environment. I love helping people, so I'm definitely ticking the box of something I enjoy doing. And we've got we're always getting asked for one-on-one coaching and things like that. So lifestyle coaching, accountability, you can add on as a service to this product. So the checklist for Dan Norris with the BP diet plan: enjoyable tasks, definitely. Product founder fit, definitely. Scalable business model, not so much at the moment. It's something we'll work on, but it's definitely possible. The thing that won't scale as well is the one-to-one coaching. That just means I need to get some coaches, and that's something we can build out as we get more people on. We can start to build that out because that'll be in the cost model for that. Operates profitably without the founder. So as I said in the previous one, not quite with the one-to-one. I'll leave that as a no for now. That's something I'm working on. It's something we can work on with the operating procedures as well. This is new, so we'll be working on that. It's an asset you can sell, yes. A large market potential, definitely, and it's growing. Tap into pain or pleasure points, as mentioned before. Anything around weight loss, stuff like that's huge pleasure and pain points. It's food, it's nice food. It's getting people being able to get back to having ice cream unguiltily. If you do it the right way, you can have it for breakfast even. So definitely on that one. Unique lead generation advantage. Pretty much everyone's talking about it, so it's not difficult to get into there. And the ability to launch quickly, I put that quite high. I can launch this sort of a thing quickly. As I've showed you in the last couple of weeks, we can launch a landing page in a fully fledged membership website in minutes with the tools that are available now. So really launch quickly, definitely. We have a launch plan as well. I've already got a list of people who are interested, so it definitely ticks that box. So my plan is to relaunch at the end of the 7-day startup, which is the end of this week. So April 19th, we kick off again. It'll be a Tuesday, I think that is. Yes, next Tuesday. You'll get to see me next week talking about it. Great. So we're relaunching on a Tuesday because Tuesday will be the day that the weekly emails go out to the people. So launch day will be Monday, to the plan to execute on the Tuesday. Okay. There was a lot to get through in that one. I definitely talked over time, so I will jump over and make sure I haven't missed too many comments over there. And we can now get into any Q&A you might have on any of those things. I know I covered a lot of topics, so I might just give a quick run back through. We talked about marketing in 2016. We talked about jumping into finding a market where they are already, finding out what their pain points are, finding out how they describe them, so it's easier for you to explain your solution back to them, and finding out where they are already to determine what your strategy is for the tools that you use to go and find them. We quickly ran over my Amazon business, what Amazon FBA is. Just one moment. Why I'm doing it, how it works, and how you can find source and deploy a product onto Amazon. We can do that pretty quickly. There are ways to In previous sessions, I've also talked about breaking down a sales funnel or a website or a competition that's already up there with free or freemium tools. There's plenty of things you can do to have a look at what's already working, finding out the numbers that are already working, and then go and reverse engineering that. Not copying someone, but reverse engineering what's already working. The concepts around what's working, that stuff is working. If the numbers are there, you can go and follow along. An idea of the types of businesses that have set themselves up as purely Amazon FBA businesses, driving all their traffic, everything they get from even their own lists, from their own social media and things like that, back to Amazon to hit like crazy numbers a month. I also quickly showed you how my business has been running. We've been for a week with a goal of 10 products, 10 sales per day, $10 profit, which is huge. Putting all those standard operating procedures in place, having a plan of attack, getting your numbers right. And this week, I'll leave it on this slide, guys. So if you haven't already, the one thing you take from this, if you're interested in starting your business this year, finally getting off your butt and getting those ideas out running, get them out into the world, whether they pass or fail, just get out there. You'll never know unless you try. So you don't learn until you launch. As Dan Norris says, jump on the free 7-day startup launch challenge that's happening this week. It's super cool. There's so many crazy people there that are in there doing all sorts of things you wouldn't even dream of, or they're probably working on the ideas that you're working on. You jump in there and have a look what they're doing, help them out, get them to help you out. It's great. It's a great community. It's thousands of people in there. I keep saying this, it's free. You should jump on it. Jump on it even if you're a little bit busy this week. There's plenty of things you can do in your spare time. If you want to follow along, I will try. I will really try to do one of these every night to show you where I am after day one. So I've told you my idea, my ideation. I've gone through and done a model checklist on BP Diet Plan. I'm pretty happy to move forward with it. If you need help doing the same, then let me know. Jump on a free Skype call with me. I'll sit and chat with you for 15 minutes. If I haven't got something afterwards, we'll even go over. rapidexecutive.com/coaching. You can grab me on there. It will basically tell you my free times in my calendar. You can book it there and no one else can book over the top of you. So jump on there and I hope to speak to you soon. All right. So that was the session for today. Lots to get through. I'm absolutely hammered after the weekend. I do apologize, but I'm still pumped. I'm still pumped about all this sort of stuff. There's a lot I've got to do tonight. I'm still working on the BP Diet Plan thing. I've got an e-commerce store and plenty of other things going on. So, but if you do want to have a chat about your business, I'm extremely excited to help. I really want to help you guys get these ideas out there. We do great stuff in the live meetups once a fortnight. There's only so much we can cover in the time that we have there, but we've definitely moved people forward. This is our attempt at moving more and more people more regularly and more efficiently, I guess, bigger scale to try and get their businesses forward. So there's even this free 7-day startup that's happening as well to help you at an even bigger scale. So, all right, jump on there and I will see you. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow night.